right now, speaking of the tides turning, it did in 2021 for this greyhound owner. Jeff Geall's on the area here to have a chat about KOBLENZ and the Melbourne Cup. Welcome, Jeff.
Thank you, gents.
Couldn't remember where we were standing here on the dais, on the set, whatever you want to go with, but you've had some amazing memories right here behind us at Sandown Park. I'd say none better than that Melbourne Cup in 2021 with KOBLENZ. Talk us through that night.
Yeah, that was an amazing night. I know I was up in the grandstand. The majority of Team Geall and family and friends were down by the winning post. But when he did come out and he got to the front on that first corner, ran an early good split, that's when the adrenaline started pumping. And watching it down there again for the 40th time now. But, yeah, he was just amazing on the night. His sectionals, that's what it is in the Melbourne Cup. If you can get out, you can get on the bunny like he does. His father was famous for doing it as well. And that night he did an amazing job.
We've spoke a little bit about that tonight, how important early speed is. It's not necessarily what you run overall. You still have to be high quality overall, but if you can set it up like KOBLENZ, you go a long way to winning. Now, a greyhound that you raced tonight, the Geall operation race tonight, Starline Express,
yes.
Such a similar profile to KOBLENZ. Do you think he could be a greyhound that we could look at maybe having an all-in play on? Gamble responsibly, of course, Jeff, to win the Melbourne Cup because he does fit that profile.
He will be back next week. That's what he come from Dave, no matter what happens tonight. He's got to repeat last week to do a 492. That very rarely happens at this track. I think his dad, Fernando Bale, did it a little bit quicker. And to run 18.58, he's got to come with that next week to be a chance to get through to the Melbourne Cup. He's certainly, we feel, getting stronger. Tonight he just sort of did balk the start a bit, couldn't quite get over to where he needs to be. Next week, let's hope that he can do that.
We were just seeing some scenes of your brother David with KOBLENZ. Tell us a little bit about the dog. I remember vividly that we interviewed David after the Melbourne Cup, and the dog just looks so relaxed. Has he always been that type of animal?
He is. He is an amazing dog. He's what we call like a professional. He's great at home, always travelled well, and come to the track, he'd just switch on. He was an amazing dog like that. And even on the night, talking about being relaxed, I think Dave, from memory, did take him upstairs. And the patronage up there got to enjoy. Well, he was eating hamburgers, and I think he had a lap of beer out of the cup too. So, yeah, he's a very relaxed dog.
Tell us a little bit now, because when you win a Melbourne Cup, it means a lot in terms of having a stud career. Tell us a little bit about KOBLENZ's progeny, how old they are. Are we getting closer to seeing them on the track?
Yes, it'll be after Christmas, but there is some really good signs already from what we've heard from breeders. We have two at home, and very exciting, the bitch that we do have. She's already running fantastic splits. The reports we do here coming in from other breeders, exciting. And we've been asked not to mention one of the dogs that Joe Borg has, but it's been named. It was named at 14 months old, so look out for that one. Yep. And but yeah, there's got a lot of pups on the ground already, even before one races.
Yep.
So that's pretty exciting for a stud dog who won the Melbourne Cup. Yes.
Well, I'm just going old school here. I don't have a black book. I've got a pen. I'm Joe Borg, first started by KOBLENZ. I'm jotting that down. No two ways about it.
We'll get that dog's name.
100%. And I tell you now, I've had a few people reporting on KOBLENZ pups, and I honestly have heard nothing but positivity. Yeah. And that must make you proud.
Absolutely. And that's the feedback we get back, Jason, and Dave's very excited about that, and we are, of course. But yeah, when you do hear that, stud masters, it really puts a spring in their step. When you hear the progenies doing everything you want them to, keen, look good, all trialling, breaking in good. When all those feedback come back to us, yeah, it is exciting. So we're looking forward to 2024 from that perspective.
For sure.
Absolutely.
And I suppose the other good thing too, I mean, without getting delving too deep into his pedigree, I mean, he's out of Uphill Geall, who was an unbelievable chaser herself. She won group races herself, out of Fernando Bale, who many say is the greatest sire of all time. So he's got a lot going for him.
Yes, yeah. Well, the dream nearly started here 2017 with Uphill Geall. Yeah. But it was a shattering night for us because we felt that with a little bit of luck go our way, she could have got to the front, but a dog by the name of Raw Ability took us out. But in doing that, he took himself out, and I think we handed the race to the red runner that night. Aston DB, good memory. So that was bitterly disappointing. Now to come back the next year, it was unbelievable. Like Dave thought that was the opportunity gone and lost, but then my Redeemer stepped up. He was an amazing dog, also by Fernando Bale. And so now he's gone to stud as well. He's done really well, probably underestimated at stud. He's done more than what people realise, and so he's still out there, and he's still standing at stud. So to have both those dogs winners of Melbourne Cups, yeah, couldn't be better. We've been very fortunate.
As a family, you must be so proud of what the Geall name has been able to do in the world's greatest greyhound race, in my opinion, the Melbourne Cup. To have come back and won it with KOBLENZ on the back of winning it with My Redeemer, as you say, after losing the race with Uphill Geall, it's just an extraordinary strike rate the kennel have had in a race that is so hard to get into, let alone win.
Wow. Well, and that's mentioned Fernando Mick last year. I was on the home turn, right, just where we're being interviewed here. I thought he may have even got it from the angle that I was on, and people around me saying he might have got it, but we didn't get it. And it was great that the Dobridges notched up a win, because he was a fantastic dog, Yarchi Bale.
Yep.
But yeah, it's hard to write the story. It is a dream, and we're still chasing it. And we'll be doing our best this year with Starline Express for the I think it's a syndicate of 8 people up in New South Wales.
Yep.
Yeah, Spooky 8 they call themselves, syndicate. So. Yeah, it'd be an absolute dream if he saluted for them.
Well, mate, we wish you well moving forward into the Melbourne Cup. And as we've said, the Geall name synonymous with performing well with an amazing strike rate in the Melbourne Cup. And Starline Express, the one-pronged attack, we're expecting big things from. Good luck in the next few weeks.
Thanks so much, gents.